The universe is not what you think it is. Not even close. You wake up every morning, plant your feet on the floor, glance at the clock, and trust, completely, without question, that the world around you is real, fixed, and consistent. That time moves forward. That space holds its shape. That the ground beneath you is solid and the stars above you are where they appear to be. Albert Einstein spent his life methodically dismantling every single one of those assumptions. Not with philosophy. Not with opinion. With mathematics so precise, so ruthlessly accurate, that every experiment designed to disprove it has instead confirmed it. What follows are 5 truths his equations revealed about the nature of your reality. Each one is worse than the last. Number 5. Time is not a clock. It's a variable. You believe time moves at a constant rate. Every second lasts exactly 1 second. Every hour, every day, every year ticks forward at the same steady pace for every living thing on Earth. Time is the one thing you trust completely. It's the foundation of every appointment, every memory, every moment you've ever experienced. Einstein's special theory of relativity proves that belief is false. Time is not a fixed constant. It is a dimension, one that stretches and compresses depending on velocity. The faster an object moves through space, the slower it moves through time. This isn't a metaphor. It isn't poetic license. It is a mathematically verified physical phenomenon called time dilation, and its implications are catastrophic for your understanding of reality. In 1971, physicists Haffel and Keating placed atomic clocks aboard commercial aircraft and flew them around the planet. When the planes landed and the clocks were compared against stationary reference clocks, the airborne clocks showed measurably less elapsed time. The clocks weren't faulty. They weren't damaged. They had genuinely experienced less time because they were moving faster through space. Here is what that means for you specifically. Right now, your body is aging at a slightly different rate than someone moving at a different velocity. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station return to Earth microseconds younger than they would have been had they stayed on the ground. The GPS satellites orbiting above your head must have their clocks constantly corrected for relativistic time dilation, or every navigation system on Earth would accumulate errors of miles per day. You do not experience one universal present moment. You experience your present moment. Everyone else experiences theirs. And they are not the same. Time was never keeping track of you. It was only ever keeping track of itself. Number 4. Simultaneity is an illusion. You operate on the assumption that events either happen at the same time, or they don't. 2 explosions either detonate simultaneously or one precedes the other. This seems unassailable, a matter of simple observation. Einstein's relativity eradicates this assumption entirely. The concept is called the relativity of simultaneity. According to special relativity, whether 2 events occur at the same time is not an objective fact. It is entirely dependent on the relative motion of the observer. 2 events that appear perfectly simultaneous to one observer appear sequential, in different orders, to observers moving at different velocities. The classic demonstration is stark. Imagine a train moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. Lightning strikes both ends of the train simultaneously, according to an observer standing on the platform. But to a passenger sitting in the exact center of that moving train, the strike at the front arrives fractionally before the strike at the rear. Both observers are correct. Both are measuring reality accurately within their own reference frame. There is no master clock. There is no cosmic scoreboard recording the true order of events for the universe as a whole. The sequencing of history, of cause and effect, of before and after, is not a universal truth. It is a localized perception, contingent entirely on where you are and how fast you're moving. Events that have already happened for you may not yet have occurred for someone else. Events you're still waiting for may already be in someone else's past. You assume you share a timeline with the rest of the human race. You don't. You share an approximation, close enough, at human speeds, to be functionally indistinguishable from reality. But the universe has no agreed-upon sequence. Only you do. Number 3. Gravity is not a force. It's a geometry. Since Newton, humanity has understood gravity as a force, an invisible pull between masses, a cosmic tether binding planets to stars and keeping your feet pressed to the floor. It feels like a force. It behaves like a force. For 3 centuries, it explained everything we needed it to explain. Einstein looked at Newton's model and replaced it with something far more disturbing. Gravity is not a force. It is the curvature of spacetime itself. Massive objects do not pull on other objects. They warp the four-dimensional fabric of space and time around them, and everything else, planets, light, you, simply follows the curves those warps create. This is the core of general relativity, and it means the floor isn't pushing up against your feet because of a force. It's doing so because the mass of the Earth curves the spacetime around it so severely that the only path through the geometry leads directly toward the center. In 1919, Sir Arthur Eddington photographed stars near the edge of the Sun during a solar eclipse. The stars were visible, despite the Sun blocking the direct line of sight, because the Sun's mass had bent the light traveling from those stars around it. The positions of those stars in the sky were demonstrably shifted from where they should have been. It was the first direct confirmation of general relativity, and it meant that even light, the fastest thing in the universe, cannot travel in a straight line through space that has been warped by mass. The straight line you believe you're standing on is curved. The floor beneath you, the arc of every satellite above you, the orbit of the moon, none of it is motion through space. It is freefall through curved geometry. You are not standing on solid ground. You are falling in slow motion through a distortion in the fabric of reality, and the curvature is so perfect, so complete, that it feels like stillness. You have never stood on anything solid. The geometry only made it feel that way. Number 2. The past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. You experience time as a river. The past is gone. The present is now. The future hasn't happened yet. This is so fundamental to your psychology, your sense of agency, your understanding of free will, that questioning it feels almost meaningless. Relativity doesn't just question it. It annihilates it. The block universe theory, a direct mathematical consequence of special relativity, holds that time is not a flowing river. It is a static dimension. Every moment that has ever existed and every moment that will ever exist is already fixed, already real, already laid out in the four-dimensional structure of spacetime. The past is not gone. It still exists, in the same way that the City of London still exists even when you're not in it. The future is not unwritten. It already exists at coordinates in spacetime you simply haven't reached yet. The physicist Hermann Minkowski, who formalized Einstein's mathematics into four-dimensional geometry, stated it explicitly. Space by itself and time by itself are shadows. Only their union preserves an independent reality. What you experience as the flowing present, the sense that now is special, that this moment is uniquely real, is a feature of your consciousness. Not a feature of the universe. The moment of your birth and the moment of your death both exist right now, simultaneously, as fixed coordinates in the spacetime block. The choices you believe you're making in this present moment are not rippling forward into an open, uncertain future. They are filling in positions in a structure that, from outside your temporal perspective, is already complete. You are not moving through time. Time is not moving at all. Somewhere in the geometry of spacetime, you are already gone. Number 1. You have never experienced reality. Every truth on this list has been building toward this one. And this one has no bottom. You assume your perception of reality corresponds to actual reality. You assume that when you see a red object, the redness exists out there in the world. You assume that your measurement of distance, duration, mass, and motion reflects objective truth. You assume that what you experience is what is. Relativity does not just challenge individual assumptions. It reveals that every measurement you make, every observation you record, every fact you confirm is true only within your specific inertial reference frame. It is locally real. It is not universally real. There is no view from nowhere. There is no objective measurement of the universe taken from outside the universe. Every observer, every human, every instrument, every civilization across the cosmos, is embedded within spacetime, measuring everything from inside the very system they're trying to understand. Every reading is relative. Every truth is positional. The universe has no master frame. It has no privileged vantage point from which reality looks the same to everyone. What you observe is real for you. What someone moving at a different velocity observes is equally real for them. And those two realities contain different distances, different durations, different orderings of events, different geometries. Einstein's relativity does not just challenge your understanding of physics. It challenges the very premise that there is a fixed, knowable, objective universe waiting out there to be understood. There may be no single truth about reality. There may only be an infinite collection of locally consistent perspectives, each one complete and irreconcilable with the others. You have never seen the universe as it is. You have only ever seen it as it is from here. And there is no way, no instrument, no equation, no experiment, that gets you to anywhere else. The terrifying conclusion isn't that reality is strange. It's that there may be no reality at all, only the angle you're standing at.